Hey, this is Marie, Twisted Bee Minis. We are headed to the vet today. We are getting 3 horses' teeth floated. That's where they get their teeth filed down so they can make sure they eat correctly. And while we're there, I'm going to have Dr. Green run some fecals on our horses and our goats and some of our other animals, just so we can check the worm load and make sure that we're worming for the proper worm. It's just something that I like to do. I like to do a group sample. That's where I kind of take a fecal sample from various animals, because I can check one goat and it can show that it doesn't have worms. And then I can go check the next goat and show it's full of worms. So I want to know what my group herd level is. So if I need to worm the gang all together, same thing with the horses. The gang's already wanting to know what I'm up to, so I'll show you. So I also like to worm on empty stomachs. So these guys I pinned up last night. It's the morning time. I just feel like it works better, and I just honestly grab a bag like this, and I just grab a nugget or two from every little pile, and they all think it's interesting. And if I notice that one of my goats looks bad or has bad body condition, which I don't have any that do, I make sure to get a sample from that animal. So, but I just walk around the little piles and get a sample. Let me know if this is a TMI, if you guys don't want to know that. Hello, sweetheart. I don't have no snacks. I don't. I know, honey. I know. Splash, I don't have no snacks. I know. I do weird things. So yeah, wandering around, all the animals think it's super interesting. I am stealing their poop. And you have to make sure that you get fresh poop. Hi, sweetheart. I know, I'm doing funny things. Here, Brandon, get this. Alright, so, got a little sample poo load, and I'll take it to the vet. She'll kind of like chop it up, let it soak, do its thing. Stop, it's not a trait. Do its thing, and we'll find out what our worm load is. Alright, horsey poo time, and Splash cannot stand that she is not getting any treats. You guys are rotten. You guys are rotten. Everyone's like, you are not supposed to be out here stealing our poop. Alright, so, same thing with the horses. I want to grab a couple of fresh nuggets from everybody. I just go around the pasture, and we have everyone in that we're pinning up to get wormed, so it makes it easier. But it's like horsey TV. They're like, what are you doing? And they're like, you're so weird. So this is a little bit of we get donkey poop, horse poop, and you have to keep your samples separate as far as your breeds. Like keep horse, equine together, goat together. Oh, well, didn't think that through. We'll have to get a little llama poo too. I need to grab another bag. Okay, so one thing also that you notice, we put the horses in here overnight, and you see how this poop's already scattered like this? It's because as fast as they poop, the ducks scatter it. Like this is, I think we had 12 ponies in this alley overnight. And look how fast it's already scattered, which is awesome. This is one reason how we're able to naturally keep our worm load low is we keep a high population of ducks and chickens, because as you see, they just go right through it and look for the worms. If there's any little seeds, they are just picking through it. So after we worm them today, we'll probably leave them in this alley and you can see some of the worms that they will shed. As long as the vet says they need to be wormed. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting how everybody who's here has a reason. Except for maybe you. I guess your reason is happiness. Llama poop looks different than goat poop. It's a little bit longer, but still. Better be safe, and it's bigger. I'll get some llama beans. I'm gonna ask her why she thinks the donkeys like the llama poop. All right, so yesterday we were at the vet and we did get a fecal done on our goats, llamas, and horses. The horses came back with strongyles, and she recommended using Zimectin Gold. It's a good broad spectrum wormer. We did weigh her. She's at 490 pounds. She is our biggest pony, and we also had brought our smallest pony, and she was 275 pounds. So we are going to worm for about 500 pounds. And all we do, get close up. Tom's nosy. Is it has this little thing, and you can we'll set it in between 250 pounds down to 500. So we know she's 490. It's oral. And I also like to worm on an empty stomach, just so the wormer gets on the coating, because like bots, they get in the lining and feed off of them. So you really want to get their stomach coated with the wormer. And then when I go into worm, they don't particularly enjoy it. So I will get their nose right here and get their lip. Worm. And then I always like to wipe the tube right here on the inside of the lip, because you tend to, you'll worm it and somehow it gets stuck on the top, and then that's it. And then we move on to the next one. Okay, I'll grab the wormer.
Okay. Okay, so we got the worming done on that part. On to the next part of the day, we're going to be moving the huts. I like to move everything with a tractor. I'm not blowing out my back for nothing. So, pretty much got my tractor here, 52 horse Kubota. Not a John Deere, but I don't care about green paint. It works fine. So, pretty much I'm going to get my little pole extenders over here, which is basically just a piece of pipe. Works great. And I'll stick them in the hut and pick them up and carry them over there, and nobody's got to hurt back. And that's the way we like it. And I got my fancy camera stand over here, Marie.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's the Gate Getter 9000 right there.
Yeah.
So works out good. So,
Sometimes I'm defective gate getter, but
well, yeah. Everything's got to have a flaw. Anyways, here we go. Kind of a test, I guess.
hold on, I don't want to block.
So pretty much, this is our fancy spike extenders. Just a piece of pipe.
That is from the front of our fence from the tornado. And I think this is part of our barn.
Hey, not junk until you don't use it. If you use it, it's not junk.
Yeah.
We got those on there. And now we'll go move some huts.
I want to check to see. So we're saving eggs on her. Let's see how many balls she. Did you steal another baseball? Oh, the chickens are laying some eggs for you. Did you steal? She keeps on stealing the kids' baseballs. We got pigs eating jack-o'-lanterns. Me getting sidetracked.
There you go, the Gate Getter 9000 in action. Look how it works, that gate. Oh, there's that flaw. We're trying. Yep, there we go, we got it. Now we're coming up on the second one. See if we can do any better.
Harder to open.
We're trying. Oh, we got it. So we take our poles and we stick them in the hut. Raise it up. There you go. No hurt back. Now we just hope the wind don't catch it and blow it across the pasture. So that's one, and we'll get another one. I like to put them up on top of the hill so that the rain and water and all that will run out. They ain't laying in the mud. So, round two. Okay, so we got our 2 huts out there. I'm gonna come back here in a little bit and stake them down. With those, you're gonna wanna stake them down. They're heavy enough that you don't wanna carry them, but they're light enough that if you get probably around 40-mile-an-hour wind, they'll start pushing them. We've had them roll completely over the fence. So
Yeah.
you wanna make sure to stake them down. And then the reason I put 2 is because ponies are a lot like people. Some ponies don't like other ponies. So if you only have one and they're going to fight and one's going to be out in the rain, one's going to be in the hut. So put 2, that way maybe they can split up and one go on one go on the other.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then we have some horses that don't get along at all, and they just live in different pastures.
Right, but
But this is the main group that gets along really well together.
right. So second task of the day done.
Now what are we doing? Hay?
I need to put out some hay for the donkey and baby. And then I need to. We need to put a hay bale in here.
Yeah.
But anyways, second task of the day done.
Okay.
Move on to the 3rd and the 5th and the 7th and whatever.
Okay.
So.
Ostriches are all excited. They're so funny.
So, as you can tell, our hay don't look the best. But Oklahoma, you're in a drought. Nobody had hay, so we took what we could get. So, it's got a lot of this stuff in there. But
Other than that, yeah.
other than that, it's all good grass. You know, there's tons of good grass in there. So what your horses and your goats and everything else will do is what they've done right here. They eat all the good grass. They leave all that other stuff. So it's not like they're going to just eat garbage. They're going to eat the good out of it and leave the garbage.
Yeah.
So get this bale put out and they'll have more good stuff to eat and leave the garbage.
Yep. Oh, and tell them about the flipping the bale too.
Flipping the bale.
Like how we have to flip it because we learned the hard way by goats.
Oh, okay. So when you see me lay this bale out, I'm gonna put this end down. to the ground. Because what has happened to us, I'm sure other people, is your ponies, your goats, cows, whatever you have, will come here and they'll eat from this side. And what ends up happening is they eat this out into a big hole, and then that bale collapses on top of them, and basically it suffocates them.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. So we like to lay them down flat. When your bale, when it's going through a baler, it's wrapped over and over. So it's just layers. So you don't have to worry about when it's laying on its side about it just collapsing on itself. But you'll see a lot of people, they roll them out across their pasture. And they're just unrolling the layers, which that works real good with cows. A lot of cows, they'll works real good, but with horses kind of munch when they want to. So if we just rolled it out, we'd waste a lot of hay. And then with your goats, they're going to sleep in it, they're going to pee in it, they're going to poop in it, and once they do, you're basically just wasted it, because your horses aren't going to eat that. I mean, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, always make sure to get all your net wrap off, because you don't want that wrapped around a goat's leg or a horse's leg and cutting off circulation or anything.
Well, I was surprised how many people with, like, when I worked at the vet here in Oklahoma, that didn't know they were supposed to take it off, and then would bring, I think it was mainly goats we saw, that had this netting all hung up in their stomach.
Yeah. So
make sure you take it off.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they'll get hungry and see how this hay is all mixed in the netting. Well, they think they're eating hay, and they're getting the netting. Oreo's not wasting any time.
So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this bell over, and then I'm going to take my forks and kind of shake it, and it'll separate that a little bit and make it easier for them to pick through. And they'll like it.
Yep. That noise that he makes with the tractor, it's like the animals know to get away from the tractor.
as you can see before, we had the pile of sticks, and that's what I like to do. Just take that, stick my brush hog on top of it. The sticks are gone. Nobody's getting impaled. Nobody's getting hurt, and it cleans up the mess. And also, it makes bedding because now the goats will lay in that, and just not a random pile of sticks in your pasture.
Yeah. It did chop it up good.
Well, guys, we appreciate you following us today. We're out to do our morning chores, task of the day. Got the goat or the horses and donkeys and everything wormed. We got their huts in for the cold weather coming in this Friday. Got their hay put out. Got some other animals moved around. Just making sure everything's prepared for Friday, and so we appreciate you following us this far. Make sure to like and subscribe, and so you can see us next time to see what we're up to.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.